Welcome to the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast, the podcast where we make 5-minute decisions that can change your business, your relationships, and your life. Hey, what's up? This is Dean Soto with ProSalem.com and FreedomIn5Minutes.com. And we are here again for another Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. Today's episode is just be straight with me. That's all I need. That and more coming up. Oh, beautiful chilly day here in Central California. Ooh, getting chillier. It's not, or day, it's actually night right now as I'm recording this. A little late than usual. Things are getting on the up and up. Oh, man, I hope your day went well. Or if you're listening to this in the morning, I hope your day goes well. All right. This Veterans Day has been pretty amazing. One thing that happened, which is the topic for today, was that the day before Veterans Day, which was Sunday, I decided one of my 90-day goals is to is to not use any electronics on Sunday. There's some leniency with that, but personally, for me, I cannot use electronics. If I'm watching my kids play games or I'm spending time with them in some fashion or another, that is totally fine. But checking my email, checking the news, checking whatever it might be, I cannot do it. And the reason being is because I hate being addicted to my dang phone. I would like having the ability to not feel like I need to check it all the time. And it helps me to be present to my family. So that was a decision. That was my 90-day goal, one of my 90-day goals. At least that's my goal for my family. I have a couple of different things for body, for my business, and for my spirituality and things like that. That being said, one of the things that came out of that experience was that I started thinking about some of the real estate that I own. And just to give you some backstory, I own several pieces of real estate around the country, and they do well. They generally all do well, except for two of them. Two of them that I got back in the early part of 2018. And since I've got them, they have not been rented yet. And it's November. Which, that's quite a bit of a problem because those two properties themselves absolutely decimate the rest of the cash flow that I get from my other properties. Yes, there's tax advantages, lots of tax advantages, and I do save in taxes, but the monthly cash flow hit completely just obliterates what the whole purpose of what I was doing with these pieces of property in the first place. And that being said, one of the things that really was irking me was that the property management company is also basically the property management company. I'm signed with them on an agreement for however long. It's a guy, the person who runs it, he is a very, very nice guy, and we are friends and so on. But one of the things that happened was I basically, while I was not doing electronics, I had this burning desire to get this dang thing fixed. Multiple times I've gone and kind of brought it up to him and to his staff, and they were working on it. And one of the things that this particular property manager does is that if the property is not rented in 3 months, they start paying the mortgage. However, I'm not sure if it actually applies to me because they technically were rented when I bought them, but people left literally right after I bought them. So I think on a technicality, they can say, well, they were rented, so you won't get that initial rental guarantee. But here's the deal. I don't know if that's the case or not. I actually don't know because I have not gotten a straight answer from any of them, including the owner. And so part of me is like, the owner, we're friends. I've actually done business. He's done business. He gets he uses my virtual assistants in his business, and they've totally done amazing things for him and the rest of his organization. And they continue to do business with me. So it's not as though I just want to say, hey guys, you guys suck. I need to go get another property manager. What the heck? There's a somewhat of a symbiotic relationship right now, although it's kind of starting to be a little bit lopsided and not in my favor. So as I'm sitting there, or not sitting there, but as I'm going through the Sunday without my electronics, I'm thinking about this stuff. I'm trying to be as present as possible to my kids and to my family and so on, but being that I'm not used to being without my phone and other things to distract me, I started worrying about this. And it was taking up a lot of my time and I started just worrying and thinking about, do I have a rental agreement? Do they owe me? Do they not owe me? What happens? Should I sell the properties? Are they going to be rented? If they are rented, are they going to be rented for the correct amount? Whatever it might be. I just was thinking about it, which sucks, right? Especially since I can't do anything. There's literally nothing I can do. I'm not going to go on my phone. I'm not going to send any emails at that point in time or anything. And on top of that, I am not naturally a person that likes to collide with people and confront people. So even if I did have my phone, I would be sitting there worrying and thinking about what to say and all this other stuff. But here's the blessing in disguise. The fact that I didn't have access to my electronics, to my email, to anything like that, made it so that I noticed what I was doing. Made it so that I noticed that I was worrying about this stuff too much. And because I was worrying about it, I knew, just like you do if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, that if you're worried about something, the easiest thing to get away from that worry is to actually make the decision to do something about it. And so I did. I made the decision as my two older daughters and I were sitting. I was sitting and watching them play a game called Finding Paradise. You can find on Steam. It's a pretty cool little game. It's a neat storyline and so on. It's kind of like a role-playing RPG type game. It gets a little bit repetitive, but the storyline's pretty cool. So I made a decision that I am going to text this person, text the owner the next day. I'm going to let them know that I went through all of his staff and I haven't heard anything within the last 3 to 4 weeks from any of his staff, even though I've brought it up again. And then on top of that, there's been no resolution since pretty much the beginning of this year. And these things haven't been these things have been vacant this whole time, and it's decimating my stuff. So I made that decision, and guess what I did in the morning? Well, guess what I did at that particular point in time? I stopped worrying about it. I was able to spend that time with my children, with my family, being totally 100% present, knowing that I have already made my decision of what I'm going to do. I'm going to send a text to the owner of the company. I know that when I do that, I will get feedback at some point in time, so I don't even have to worry about what that feedback is or when it's going to be or whatever. I'm just going to send that text. And so once I made that decision, I enjoyed Sunday like I've never enjoyed it before. It was so fun. It was awesome. It was glorious. And then come today, first thing I did when I woke up, sent a very nice text, a very professional text, letting them know all of my concerns and so on. And I said, would you be available Tuesday through Friday to have a call with me about this? All I need is straight answers. I just need straight answers. Tell me the truth. Tell me where we're at. Tell me all of the information. Do I get rental credits or a rental guarantee? Do I not? Whatever it is, just tell me so I can make a freaking decision. I didn't say it quite like that, but it was pretty close to that. So, I have yet to hear back. Of course, it is Veterans Day, but I don't care, because if I don't hear back tomorrow or the next day, that gives me ammo to make another decision. If I hear back tomorrow, great. That gives me ammo to make another decision. I do not have to worry about it. The feedback will come. The feedback will come. If it does not come, that's still feedback. That's feedback that they don't give a crap about me. And guess what? They will hear from me. There would not be Mr. Nice Dean, right? So no matter what, I do not have to worry about it. I'm not worried about it now. I'm not going to be worried about it until I get feedback. So by the end of the week, I will get feedback one way or another. They either blow me off, or they say, yes, let's schedule a call. I'm sorry, I will give you the straight truth on what is going on. Or they say, go pound sand. You don't get a rental guarantee. It doesn't, because of the way it worked, you don't get it. Then I go, all right, cool. That was my fault. I should have looked at this. I made a bad decision. I will not go with you guys as property managers when my agreement's up. And that's that. So why is this important? It's important because it displays why even making the decision to do something in the future, the small decision to do something can bring such freedom. The decision to do something in the future, I'm going to do X tomorrow. I'm going to do Y in a week. Whatever it is. And letting that decision, knowing that you are committed 100% to that decision, gives you freedom in the present moment. You are able to totally 100% forget about it, knowing that you are going to do something about it. And that you don't have to worry about it right now. And then once you make that decision, you have the freedom knowing that you're going to get some kind of feedback. So what are you thinking about now? What's something that you are thinking about now, that you're worrying about now? Is it something at work? Is it something with your business? Is it something with your family? It's something with your spiritual life, whatever it might be. Just want you to consider the possibility. Just consider the possibility of how you would feel if you just decided to make a decision. You just decided to do something about it now, in a month, in whatever it is, whenever you want to do it, so that you don't have it in your mind now. You set it on your calendar. You say, on my calendar, I'm going to call such and such. Like tomorrow, I have to call a payment processor and get that payment processor canceled because I don't even use them anymore and I keep getting charged. It might be something as simple as that, but you've been worrying about it. I know I don't like canceling things. I feel like for whatever reason, I feel weird. I have issues, but I have to make those decisions to do that. Otherwise, I keep worrying about it and it keeps popping up and I go, oh my gosh, and I keep on losing money. What is that one thing that's in your head right now? Decide right now. Go to your calendar, go to your Google Calendar, and decide when you are going to deal with that one thing and what you're going to do with that one thing. And don't worry about it until that actually happens. You don't even have to worry about it then. You already know you're going to do it. You just do it at that date. You'll be surprised at how free you will be and how able you are going to be, how able you are actually able to be I was thinking able to be, I said able like 3 times. How much you will be able to be present to your family, to your wife, your kids, your business, to whatever it is, because you made that decision. All right, it's Dean Soto, Freedom in 5 Minutes. Go to freedomin5minutes.com. Check out the 7 lost episodes. You will love them. Completely raw. These are episodes that I never released, but they are amazing. They are absolutely 100% amazing. Great information. They're raw. They don't even have the intros to them. I put these out, and these were probably one of my best podcasts, and I save them for those who want to be a part of this community, for those who are serious about making decisions that bring freedom to your life and help you to get to your goals faster than you ever thought possible. So go to freedomin5minutes.com, get those. We'll be sending out emails as well in the near future every day that are super powerful and just give you tips like this to push you forward toward your targets. All right, so I will see you in the next Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast.